Hey YouTube, y'all came on quick. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes and then I'm going to. Hey Vicky, I did go to work. I was okay. Let me tell you. Let me back up some. So I was halfway, not even halfway. I was in Lawrenceville, or almost no Snellville. I was almost there. Not almost. I was nowhere close to being there. I was driving to go to work, and then I went to put in my PTO hours, and it says no schedule. So it wouldn't even let me put in the fact that I was going to be late from 6 o'clock till I figure I'll get there about 7:30 ish, right? Maybe 8, a little bit before 8. So when I went to put in my hours for my time, it had no schedule. So I was like, what the hell? So I think when I had medical accommodation requests or something, that it didn't put me on the schedule. I don't know what happened. All I know is, so I'm driving there. I said, wait a minute, I don't want to drive all the way there just to come up with some foolishness. So, and my feet is still hurting. I'm still in pain. So I put in my resignation. I said I'm put my resignation for next week Saturday. But then it says, oh, before you resign, someone from HR going to contact you to see what we could do. So it's like even if you put your resignation in, somebody from HR is going to call you to want to know why. And hey, Sally, and I was, earlier, Vicky, when I was on the telemedical thing to wait for a doctor, they just came on about 20 minutes ago. I was on that waiting for a doctor from that morning, this morning, all the way till now. I was sitting here talking to Shelly Shell on the phone, and I said, "Oh, wait a minute, the doctor's here." So I'm sitting here in front of my screen, then the person pops up, and they just came on, and then they're gonna rush me off. I was like, before I could even tell them what was wrong, and I told him I was in pain and this and that or whatever. He like, well, let me tell you, the Amazon is one of the worst places to work at, especially this condition you got. And I'm just gonna get a note, but they just gonna laugh at my note, and I'll give you 3 days. Yes, they just came on, popped on, and saw a doctor. Well, I'm just gonna write you a note for excuse from work, and you're gonna need to be off for 3 days. I said, well, today's my last day on the work week, which is Saturday, because I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, well, Amazon, they're just gonna look at the note, they're just gonna laugh at it because um, you're gonna need to go and see an occupational specialist because I told them I had a problem getting a um, I'll get to that DJ, and then um, he said I need to go and see an occupational specialist. I told him I had problems getting a hold of a primary care physician, an endocrinologist, and a specialist. So they said, well, you probably going to need to go to a um, um, occupational specialist and do an evaluation, and then they probably put you on disability or something. They said, so two folds. One is I put in my resignation for Amazon for next week, Saturday. They're gonna call me Monday and ask me why. and I'm gonna have to speak with someone in HR and tell them that I'm physically in pain and I can't get a hold of a doctor, and there's no way they're gonna let me continue to work in that capacity unless they're gonna let me pull up a chair. Unless they're gonna let me pull up a chair and do my work, or find me a different position that doesn't require that, I can't work there. They're gonna say your situation is too much, and I could probably go for disability at this point. And I don't want to be disabled. I don't want to be in a situation that I affected myself that bad of nerve damage, because it's beyond diabetes. It's the fact that now I'm not trying to get my toes cut off. I'm not trying to get my feet cut off. I'm very afraid, and um, I don't know. Just pray for me that something is control that's controllable, and I could get this matter resolved. But I can't. They're not gonna. They're gonna say this. That you can't do this job with your condition, and and I knew that, but I don't know. I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody. Oh yes, I could work. I could do this. I could. Ain't that many people at certain age at Amazon. At least not doing the job that all those places, all that positions I had with Amazon, working in the freezer, 20 minus 30-degree weather, minus something and all that crazy stuff. I can't damage myself for that. So they didn't put me on the schedule. I don't know what happened, what's going on, but um, I'm gonna wait for HR to talk to someone in HR on Monday. He said he'll sneak in. Okay, so let me get to the point because I know y'all want to be like, what happened? What's going on? So, y'all know from the previous night, I went on this little rampage with Tyson about catfishing, and I have to apologize. And I did apologize to Tyson directly. I wrote and we working it out in terms of making things right. So I said, I'm gonna have to make this right because I put his picture out there when I had Jour on there, showing his personal information, his picture, and being radical. Now I know I'm gonna be a woman enough to come up here and apologize because I wouldn't want no one to put my information or picture profile out there, especially when someone reached out to tell me who they are. And then, and then the fact that these days everyone is working long hours, hard hours, and the type of job he does, trust me, I know what I asked him what he do, and the type of job he does, trust me, when it comes to shipping or whatever it is you do, you're gonna be working a long, long hours, and I have to be more cognizant of not putting people under the bus. So I apologize to Tyson, and I'm making this public to y'all because I put it on here on YouTube, and I did delete the video so nobody can go back and try to, well, let me listen, let me see what happened. No, and I know y'all was trying to protect my feelings because some of y'all who know me for a very long time know I could be very sensitive at times, but at the same time, I could be very rah, 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 and I wouldn't want no one to do that to me. And I apologize to Tyson because I didn't want to come off as so crazy. I know didn't I just say that, Vicky? Didn't I just say that? Well, I ain't gonna get too further into that, because if it's true, if it's not true, I'm still be more cautious on it. But um, all I say is this: is that if if it will come to light, if it's true, not true, whatever case may be, you know, I just know that it was wrong to put someone else's picture on there and do that, you know? Well, I understand what you're saying, Vicky. But like I said, it will future come to light, you know? All I know is that no one would deserve to have anything put out there because if it's true and if it's true, it still would not put it still would not be put out there like that. You know, if someone had my picture, because you know, I'm not saying that's doxing or whatever, because I would never go that far to hunt down people, you know, because there's a way of finding out. Trust me, there's a way of finding out um, imaging and pictures and stuff. And if someone put picture, anything you do on social media, and you have pictures and stuff, people can find it. Trust me, those people you see, you know, who've been acting like a fool, those crazy Cathys, what they call them? Kathy, you know, these hysterical white women that be doing stupid stuff, and man, he screaming and accusing people of things, you know, in the park and saying, "Oh, they did this," and it's a small little bit. Yeah, I appreciate you too, DJ. And you know, we had our little falling out at one time about something, you know. So people make mistakes. Even when I was helping you when we was getting the car, and you was like, I ain't talking, you know. So you went at me at times too. A couple of years ago, DJ, when we met at the pub Chick-fil-A, and I was helping you with the car, and I was a little bit of being a little bit kind of rough on you, and I know your feelings were hurt because you told me that I hurt your feelings, and we apologize. So you know, no one wants to be treated in any kind of way. You know, I shouldn't have went on here and went on that rampage about it. You know, I know some of y'all had questions and concerns about it, and I do appreciate that, but it was the delivery, put it this way, it was the delivery of um, putting someone on blast, you know, that I do apologize, Tyson, about, you know, because if you wanted your picture to be on YouTube, you would have had your picture in the thumbnail when you come on, but you didn't. So people have, I do understand people, certain jobs people have, you know, especially if you work for the government, you have to, and I work at the government. So there's a lot of things social media wise, people sign documents, people sign things when they work about social media. And when things gonna come out like that, um, you know, when people do things like that, and then it affects their job and their livelihood. And I never want anything to happen to anyone, even to the worst of enemies, because there's this segment on YouTube, the beast sector. There's these bunch of group of people that just go crazy. You know, y'all, I don't know if some of y'all are aware about that segment. They dox each other, they get on there, de so and so Nat Timothy Blaine and someone named Bye Babe, and why the change of heart? The change of heart is because they, you know, they'd apologize, and if they apologize, I apologize, and I basically had to come back and say that, you know, I'm sorry, I meant to hurt your feelings and put your stuff out there. I had to come up and apologize for that. And I, you know, so basically it started out was I said I did not post the video. You can't. I went, you know, before when I ended that stream, I deleted it. So no, if you ain't seen it or whatever, it's been deleted. So because it wasn't. I'm not a malicious person. Now I may go off on people about, or I may go off on certain things, but that no one deserved that. So that's why. So it's not about a change of heart. It's about knowing when someone you do something wrong, and I wouldn't want no one to do that to me. That's why. So my video today, I apologize to y'all because that's not becoming. I'm too old to be getting on here and just going on like plain dumb, you know. And I apologize to y'all because I know, um, it's different when I make videos about my experiences doing these gig work. I don't, and even then, I should not be like that either. Using the N word, if you nigga, you're cheap. Because see, I start to realize now, a lot of people are in certain circumstances where they may not have the money. That may be the only side of money. That may be the only means for them to eat. Even if it's not healthy. So I had to, and I know a lot of people watch my videos because they be, oh my God, they find that to be entertaining. But I said that makes me look just as stupid because I said that makes me look like a fool. When I go back and look at some of the old videos and I'll be going on like that, I'd be looking like I say, you know what, I can't believe that. I mean, it's worse that I come out here with my hair looking all dry and, all poofy and stuff. But it didn't, when you go back and look at yourself on things in 5, 6 years of, driving around, how ridiculous that looking at. Because I've gone off on some people. I may have to go off on Family Dollar today because I left the cat food on the counter and I called them and the person answered, what? What? I know they didn't answer no phone talking crazy. I said, you know what? Let us know he messes up and punched in. He probably watching y'all. But I just want to apologize, Tyson F, because that's not right. And like I said, you do have to be safe, practice safety, which I will, trust me. But mm, I don't know. Well, Blue Truth, like I said, I believe that truth comes to light. The truth will come, but I'm not gonna let it. Put it this way: I'm not gonna let it affect me. I'm not gonna be, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not gonna let it affect me. I ain't gonna go over here and blast no one. So my whole big thing is, I'm not gonna blast anyone regarding that. If, like I said, I don't know. I mean, I did my part. I could only do what I could do, and I'm not gonna make myself crazy and go and be wondering because, like I said, I'm at a point in my life, age in my life. I've gone through a whole lot of foolishness, way worse than someone putting a picture up, and if it's there, if it's not. There's a whole bunch of foolishness. You know, it's not like I'm gonna jump on a plane and just go off on someone. Go meet someone without being very aware and cautious. And like I said, what the expression goes, people come into your life for a reason, for a season, and whatever God will protect me, will look over me on any situation. And if it's true, then so be it. If it's a lie, then so be it. But I do appreciate y'all. You know, some of y'all been following me 3, 4 years, and some of y'all never came on here. Y'all ain't never come on here once to at least, you don't have to show your actual face. Ain't no one came over here and verbally say, hey, how you doing, Teresa? Ain't nobody came on here. And some of y'all been on here for a minute. Some of y'all been on here for a long time. So when you and there's no name. See, I'm more open about who I am and what I look like and everything else. But some of y'all been on here. I don't know. I mean, DJ. Yeah, I know DJ. We met when we met up with Terry Tips and Uber Lady Charlotte, and we met and went out and stuff, and and went in his car and he drove us to do. At that time, you know, I let Uber Lady Charlotte. Hey, look who's coming back. Life, are you Lavon? I can't even never pronounce your name. You've been here for a minute too. I ain't seen you in a long time. It's amazing how all y'all came on here today. 11 people. I never had more than 11 people come on the chat at one time. But there's a lot of people who I've met, and I never seen no picture. Vicky, S. As much as you communicate, you in the background, but you never came on. You never left. I haven't heard from. I got a message today from someone. They listen to the video, but they don't. Yeah, you still got that video. I got that video. I still got that video. We all went out and stuff. I think I got the video. No, because I wasn't live streaming at the time when we all met and went to that restaurant, bar, or whatever you want, or club, and went to the mall. I don't think I was on no, I didn't make no YouTube video because I know Kim made a video, you made a video. I don't know if Toya made a video. I know you probably got it, but everybody else, I didn't catch it. If I have it, I probably still have it, but I know I have the picture, and I do have the Facebook picture because it popped up on a memory back, and it had a picture of all of us sitting at the table. That popped up on my Facebook stream, so I still have that. But I don't remember doing the video, but I do have the picture though. So, but the point that I'm making is this. The only thing I came on here is to apologize to y'all because that's not something I should just come out and do. And that was a bit too hasty to put someone's picture on there, sharing their picture and not listening. And like I said, that picture is a kid in his 30s. No, that picture, he don't look like he's no 30s in that picture. That gray that gray, what you call that? I still got the Toyota. Oh, what happened to Toya? I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. That's been a minute since I've ever seen any of her YouTube videos. I know she was working as a federal employee at one time, a contractor. I don't know. I haven't seen her made any videos, and I just find out how to unblock Terry Tips, because I had to block him from my YouTube channel one time. So I unblocked him, but I haven't followed these people. Only people I keep in contact with from that meeting is DJ. Everybody else, nope. I bumped into Terry Tips a couple of years ago. I was doing a Grubhub or something, and I was going across the street. He's like, hey! He screamed me down when I was at Lindbergh Station somewhere. And he was in his car. That's when I saw him on the street one day. But other than that, I don't know what happened. I kind of occasionally, I would get on Uber Lady Charlotte or Kim's video, see what she's up to. But I called her maybe last year sometime just to see how she doing. And she went on this little tripping about, I understand people busy. Don't get me wrong. Everybody busy. Everybody got a job. Everybody's struggling. But she kind of dismissed me off, I can catch the point. I can get, trust me. It don't take me a whole lot to realize that if you want to talk to me or get to know me, if you don't, I ain't got time to play games, So she, I want to say she basically used me because her whole focus on meeting was to grow her YouTube channel. And um, no, we don't need to get together again because the only person I would want to meet is Toya. I may give Taylor Tips a chance because, he did say something crazy to me and I kind of was upset what he did. But, overall, you have to kind of give people a chance. Give them the benefit of the doubt. You still could be cautious, but give people the benefit of the doubt. And sit back. That's what I'm just sit back and just watch their actions. Watch people because the same way they watch me, the same way I watch them, and watch the things they do. Why I feel like I got something on my face? Why my face looks so greasy? I need to do me a deep facial mask tomorrow, and then I'm gonna do a facial hair mask tomorrow. My hair's so dry. I'm gonna put me a facial. I'm gonna do a facial tomorrow, and then matter of fact, I'm gonna take that old avocado that's been sitting on that counter. I'm gonna smash it up, put the coconut oil, and I'm gonna do a coconut face mask, natural. Blue True, you so crazy. I'll be 52, 53. He already told me he was 42. And all that gray on that goat teeth and stuff, he ain't no 30s. That picture ain't no 30s. That picture is at least late 30s, 42. I'll be a cougar. I did say I always said I was gonna date a younger guy. Ain't nobody want no old D. You know what I mean by that too. Ain't nobody want, I'll be 52. Ain't nobody want no 60, 68, 70. Ain't nobody want no, I don't want no one, that old. I mean, I'm at that middle, 52. So I could date someone in their 40s, but they either have to be my age, like 52, but they can't be no 165. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I may be in vain. That may be vain. And people should say, you can't settle for those cute, handsome guys with the flat stomach and the body. I mean, I ain't in shape. Mm-hmm. You mean the other way around. I'll wear them out. They say when a woman get about her 50s or so, the sex drive of a woman is at peak at 50, 50, 51, 52, 53. You want to ask me some IRS questions? You can ask me now because I can't stay out here long because, my little free minutes, they already sent me a warning about, either upgrade or whatever. But think about it. You know darn well women sexual peak is in the 50s. A man peak is in their 20s, 30s the most. Once a man gets around 40 or so, they don't got no strong sex drive. You ever seen an old man? Now, there may be some, but I don't know. You ain't seen no 60-something-year-old man talking about they I could go on up. No, they don't. No, they do not. They have more commercials for Viagra when a man gets old. To me, when you get 60, you can't bring it up no more. Why you need to take chemicals? Viagra, a pill. That's so. Hey, Shelly Shell, I see you came on. That's why I said nobody want no OD. That should be I should do a T-shirt. I ain't want no OD, and then put a little picture of it, and then boy, you know how much money I'll probably make on that. 46. See, Sally, you know what I'm talking about. You ain't 50 yet, but think about it. Ain't nobody want no OD. And then you see these. You ever think old men Nowhere near her. Oh, okay. Well, send me an email message with your email, and then we could send me an email. Let me put my email so you could ask the question in the You can send me an email with your questions and concerns, or. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna start doing my other channel. I'm trying to work on doing my website page and my business, and then I'm starting to take appointments for next year. So I'm gonna have that set up because when I go back to work at TurboTax, and you know, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna make this one point about tax. Next year, January, February, TurboTax, H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, um, whoever. Last year, this past tax season, so many people called the TurboTax to do it themselves, got confused, didn't know how to do the taxes because they had no simple form. People had Schedule R's for rental income and Schedule C's for business. They had all these kind of tax forms. They came, they went to H&R Block. No old man wears tidy whities. I don't even think they make those. You don't see those drawers in those dang stores. They got the little tight little. I be working at Amazon. They be having little tight looking bikini, bikini drawers. Mm-mm. I was stowing some of those the other day. I said, "Who the hell wear these? Things so tight." Yes, they do. You've seen Atlanta. They be wearing those dress socks with the damn sandals on their feet. People be walking trying all their drawers and underwear, and they be. Mm-mm. Anywho, let me go and finish. See, y'all got me all off the thing with what I was about to talk about. So anyway, all those companies last year, this past tax season, people went to Walmart, the H&R Block to get their taxes done, and it was a Schedule C, independent contractor. They asked for $400. 400. They are not playing. These companies, they know people need to get their taxes done. They want to get their stimulus money. They want to get whatever, and and the software for TurboTax and Intuit and stuff. Um, they even was kind of a little bit pricey. They charge 180 something. It's gonna go up. It's gonna be way more than what they charged last year. So I'm gonna do the annual special, and I'm listed, and I'll tell y'all about it if you're interested. If y'all want to, want me to consult, and people want to do it themselves, and y'all not sure, I'll do a little something. But I do have to buy the software and buy the licenses, so it's going to cost me some money to do it. But y'all got to make money somehow. But like I said, I'm not losing. I'm not losing my credentials over making false tax returns for people getting that PPP loan and all. Oh goodness, I'm so glad I did not fall into that crap because I get people who said, "Nope, this is what you do." Blah blah blah. That's it. And people was going to places and places getting scammed. You know, and it's not a scam because it's legit. But some people, they just so lucky, happy go lucky, just think they're getting a few $1,000s. They don't be realizing what they be giving up. So that's it. That's the topic on that. So just send me a text message, live it, and then ask the question, and I'll answer. Probably we could do 1-on-1. Okay, we can see what y'all talking about. Yep, dress socks and sandals. That's Atlanta. I don't know if they do it anywhere else, but I know Atlanta they be walking around with um, white Nike flip flops with the socks. And that came back from what 2005 with those rappers and stuff in Atlanta. I'm like, that tight ass TNT sitting in a tree. See, Shelly, see how you go. At 60, would he have to take his teeth out the job? Mm-mm. No, you gotta You gotta have all your teeth in your mouth. That ain't don't make no sense. Oh man, I can't believe that I waited all those hours for a teledoctor to come on just for him to be on there for 2 minutes. It ain't hard. I know he ain't listened to nothing I said. Yeah, Amazon, they just gonna laugh at me. They gonna laugh at that note. They notorious. You gonna you gonna need to go to a occupational specialist, and they gonna have to look at you, and they gonna give you a note for disability. There ain't no way. That was it. Click. I was like, before I could even answer the question, he already ended it. All that hours, I literally waited from 11 something this morning until 9 something when they got on there. I was like, I just write you a note for 3 days. That was it. No kind of, no kind of. What can I do to really help me with my pain now? You know, what is it that I could do to, no nothing. I was like, waste of breath, waste of money, all that money in insurance, and then this is what you get. Now they trying to get people. Oh, they tell doctors you could go on the conference call on your computer on your phone to see a doctor. See, that's a bunch of bullshit offers for any. And I know Edna ain't the only one that does that. You can see a doctor on the screen, and it just is worse. Just worse. I mean, I was just so disgusted. I mean, all that time I wasted, all that time, and that's all I got. So, and Amazon, you know, Amazon, they don't care. They just gonna laugh at the note that I'm gonna send you, and they ain't gonna. I just give you a note to be off of work for 3 days, and I said I was gonna resign next Saturday because I said ain't no point me having to deal with that back and forth, back and forth. But before you resign, they're gonna call me, want to know why and what else they could do. I'm gonna say, you know what, give me a desk job. Give me the job at HR. Let me sit at the desk for 12 hours while people come up there and answer questions. Let me do that. Or let me work from home. Give me a work from home job answering customer service. That's what you could do. But anything beyond that, it's best that I resign, because if I resign or if they take my resignation, all I gotta do is come back and apply again in a couple of months. They let you come back after 3 months. But I'll wait and see. My sister worked at Amazon, and my niece, the one that I tell you I live in Houston, my sister, she had a medical accommodation, and what did she say was wrong with her? Her knee, ankle, no, the knee, something happened, and because she was in a car accident years ago, and I think she had like tendonitis and a whole bunch of stuff. And they gave her a doctor's note and said, she had to stand up. Most of these warehouse jobs, you had to stand up. So they gave her a medical accommodation. Love talk more. See, I'll get to that. Yeah, y'all all jumped on here. What happened? And basically, we finished this thing with my sister. So she had a medical accommodation, and it was a certain number of months they gave her, and she was supposed to go back to work, and she didn't. At that point, it was too much physically, so she ended up resigning. But they will give, they will give a medical accommodation. It's a matter of seeing someone so they could give me one, and I'll submit it to them. But I put my resignation for next week, but they're gonna call me and probably change it and say we're just gonna put you on medical leave. But tonight, when I was going to work, it so happened to be taken off the schedule. So I guess they're waiting for me to submit my documents. But um, no, I think it's best, because I think if I keep doing it, I think I'm gonna aggravate it more. And I hope I didn't aggravate the pain more than it needs to be. I hope I didn't. But anyway, but I apologize to y'all. I apologize to Tyson. He's working overtime. But he said he's gonna sneak in and watch. But yep, like I said, all I could do is follow my instinct, and all I could do. Hey, look who came on, y'all. I went through my apologies. And I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna take it one day at a time, you know. So I'm not gonna get on here and be on, talking crazy about people. Shelly, see how you be. You, I'm private. I'm a private person, right? So, Vicky, what you laughing about? You say like, yeah, you can't always. You know what though? But I've always been known to beat up, not beat up physically, guys, but always been kind of had that, you know. Even when I was a little girl, I remember I used to tease boys. I remember one time I was in elementary school and me and this other girl, we was teasing this other little boy, and I had pulled the little boy pants down, and I was like, pulled out his pants and had his shoe. I was playing, Now I know that was like, dang, that's cold. But trust me, I've been bullied back too. I've been bullied back. But I was one of those. I was one of those little girls, and then they would kind of bully me by pulling my hair. Cause I had long hair, and they would be pulling it, and I would be trying to pull down a little boy's pants down. And I don't. I know some of y'all gonna say something crazy when I said that too. Let me hear the comments. I know y'all gonna say something. I know it. And y'all can't tell me y'all didn't do that either. Y'all can't tell me y'all didn't do that. And with the little boys, and the girls would do that to the boys, and the boys would do that to the girls. Oh, okay. Shelly said, "Me happy." Well, you have a safe trip back home. So I ain't gonna be you know one thing about my channel is that I don't have tens of thousands of people. I have a small people who I really get to know, that I really enjoy getting to know. Some of y'all, I may never hear your voice. I may never know what y'all. I may never see y'all come on here to chit chat, but that's all right. One day, I remember a couple of years ago, before all this Corona thing happened, I wanted to do a meet and greet, and I was supposed to plan a trip somewhere. One day will happen, one day. But for now, people who I meant to know and get to know, God will reveal who I need to know and who I need not to know. But so this video wasn't meant to be long in regards to the apologies. So that's over with. So what else there to talk about? Mm-hmm. We ain't blowing kisses. Anybody got the? Mm-hmm. Oh, you see that kissy face? Yeah, I see the kissy face. See, you have to understand. See, I can understand. I know. You know, people say this. People, everybody got a love language. I could see from this what his love language is. It's I don't know what mine is. Hmm. I'm gonna have to look it up. Uh, well, I'm just gonna take it one day at a time. Signs of affection. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. I don't know what mine is. What is mine? Hmm, I don't know. I'll see what that is. Mm-hmm. Ugh. It's 10 of y'all in here, but how come I only see one, two, three, four, five, six, seven? I count seven of y'all that would be that commented, but who's the other three? Oh, I know. Most likely, um, du jour, not du jour. Oh goodness, Dorian, maybe Erica, and it could be any of y'all lurking. The ones who don't comment. Hmm, yeah, let's develop a foundation of friendship, and I understand. I understand being a skeptic. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna basically apologize for not putting for putting people out there like that. Like I said, the truth will come. Truth will be revealed. Matters will be shown. So you know, I'm just not gonna bring myself. I ain't gonna be crazy about it. That's all I know. I ain't gonna be crazy about it. I'm not gonna. But like I said, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I said. Time will tell. I'll just take it one day at a time. You know, that's all I could do. Take it one day at a time. All I'm trying to do is, oh, see, I accept your apologies as well. Okay, so we all apologize and we all displayed our concerns, and that's all I could do from there. Life is too short to be. Oh my God, I don't know. I can't. I can't keep bringing on like that, carrying on like that. Okay, I'll talk to you then. Oh, I'll talk to you then. Oh, why my feet? Why? All right, let me see what's tomorrow. Sunday. What am I do tomorrow? I don't need to go. Let me see. I don't need to go to grocery shopping. I need to figure out what I'm gonna cook tomorrow. I could try to go into that backyard and see if I could put out these seeds. I need to do some research of what can I grow in the fall. I know collard greens, kale can be grown in the fall. That's a good thing to grow. Beans, I think beans. I don't know. I'm figuring out what I'm gonna grow tomorrow. I try to get the soil ready, and get that all situated because ain't no good point in putting seeds in the ground if the dirt is not um good. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow because sometimes I heard something about you're supposed to go back 3 weeks or 3 months from the last frost and start planting. So when the time the fall comes, things will start to grow. I think I'm gonna try to grow me a corn patch in the backyard. I'm gonna put a piece of corn seed and see if it grows in the backyard like a corn. I'm gonna see. I just hope it grows to some vegetables so I could start doing a fall harvest because I did go to Family Dollar. I gotta go back tomorrow get that cat food. I was in the Family Dollar and I bought me more cleaning supplies. I was like, dang, they had the Lysol disinfect three for $5.49. I was like, what? I bought me, and it's the big bottle, not the huge one. So I bought me some more. I said, I already had bought me some from the Dollar Tree. So I got a whole bunch of Lysol, a whole bunch of cleaning stuff. I got so much cleaning stuff. How come you use your StreamYard hours instead of streaming on regular YouTube? Mm-hmm. StreamYard's supposed to be better. So StreamYard also integrates with YouTube. So I haven't done that, but I know I don't use over 20 hours. I'm almost get to 20 hours, like 13 or whatever, but I don't know. I just get on StreamYard because StreamYard has been advertised to work better on different platforms and stuff. And I don't use YouTube Live. I don't have no subscribers, so it don't really make that much of a difference to me. But I'll use regular live YouTube tomorrow. But Vicky, why you ask me that? You still don't come on. I can send you invite link right now. I bet you ain't gonna come on here. Let me send the invite link. You ask me questions and then you don't even go on the now one time. I've been stuck at 743 for a long time. So it may be close, but I've been at that subscription number for a long now. You don't even have to show your face. You just come on and just conversate in the whatever topic. You too, Sally. You come on. I'll put the I already put the link. You can click on if you want to chit chat. See, I could change how many people could be on here. All you gotta do is show your avatar. You don't even have to show your face. You can just show your regular face, and you ain't gotta talk. You ain't gotta give out information that you want. Just go on here. Yeah, because StreamYard already told me when I get close to the hours, every time you get to like 11, 12, you know, and then like I'm gonna I don't get on here every day. I've been on here regularly lately, but it's always going to be like a Sunday. Hey, David. Oh, my goodness. Look who came on here. Y'all coming out the woodwork. You can come on, David. See, David ain't afraid to come on and chit chat. You can talk about your trip to Alaska. You still in Alaska? Shelly Shell, we spoke to Shelly Shell today. We spoke on the phone. Shelly Shell could sit back and relax. I thought you said you were on. I thought you said you were already on your way to Alaska and you were already there. That's what you said on Facebook. You said you showed the map saying you were on an airplane. Oh, so you already came back from Alaska already? Oh, how long you stayed? Because that show wasn't a long trip. I just read the thing Facebook. The Facebook thing a few days ago. You said you was going to Alaska. You said it was 70 degrees. Man, that's it? 2 days? That's a waste. I can't go nowhere on no plane to stay for 2 days and come. No, let me take that back. Because I went to my nephew's wedding but that's too far to go for 2 days. If I was going to go to Alaska, I would at least stay for at least five 5 days. Because one of those days you better be stuck in the airport. If Lord forbid, if you go to Southwest Airlines, or what's the other one that's been Southwest Airlines is the worst. They had the worst rating when it came to commute time and things like that. This past summer, I just read, and then they talking about in the fall they're gonna cut a flight every day. So now it's gonna be crazy, ridiculous to get any type of airline fares to go anywhere. Cheap ticket, and I want to earn airline miles. Man, I still wouldn't go for no 2 days, not to Alaska. You couldn't see nothing in 2 days. What did you see in 2 days? You should have stayed at least four. But I'm glad you had fun and you came back on to Florida. David, you don't want to click on the link? You can tell everybody verbally. I'm tired of reading. I'll put the link in here. Unless you got a bad internet connection, but I ain't gonna stay here long. It's already 58.26 minutes. I ain't gonna stay here long. It's 11. They say I'm off tomorrow. Rented a car and drove 200 miles. I want to see Delani. Who's Denani? Oh, here comes David. Well, stranger.
How are you?
I'm all right. Like I
Good.
said, be fussing at me because I told y'all, I already said about how I'm feeling with my feet. And, and I can't find no doctor with that damn Aetna insurance with Amazon. So that was,
Yeah.
they did a teledoc. I was on there all day. And they just came on around 9ish and then talked for 2 minutes and clicked off. I was
Mm.
like, you ain't got an occupation specialist. I write you a note for be off for 3 days, and that was it. And then click. I was like, waste of breath, waste of time. Lucky I ain't had to pay for it because it was general. So,
Yeah, to answer Sally's question, I want to go to Denali also. I might
what's
actually
the
be going in October.
what's Denali? I don't even. What's that? I never heard of
Oh,
Denali.
it's a national park up in Alaska. It's between Anchorage and Fairbanks, and you can actually take it. There's an Alaskan railroad train that you can take there. But I might be going back in October. Alaska Airlines flies up there really cheap, so it's not too bad.
Okay, I never thought about Alaska. I mean, I heard it's beautiful and stuff, and they have real
Oh,
good
it's
fare.
gorgeous. You got to go to Alaska. It's amazing. Us.
Just let's go there because I want to use my $500 voucher.
Yeah. Which airline?
Southwest.
I don't think they do. No. But Alaska Airlines is really cheap. I think Alaska flies out of Atlanta, and they're really really cheap. And so you'd go to Seattle, either Seattle or Portland, and then connect over there to go to Alaska. And I love it over there. The glaciers are beautiful. Pictures don't do justice for the place. It's just amazing.
Okay, that'd be
Yeah,
something to do too.
yeah, you would love it. It's really neat, and the air was amazing. Like the highs were in the low 60s, and the lows were in the upper 40s. So it was perfect weather.
Well, 40 degrees, that's not really cold. I don't know. Black folks, we
No,
get cold easily. 40
yeah, it
degrees,
was.
y'all be like,
Uh,
ooh.
no,
And
I,
I,
I loved it. It was like November for you all.
but which state though? November, New York, or
No,
November?
November for Georgia.
Mm, I don't know.
Sally,
Anything to see something different,
yeah.
I'm David.
Sally, don't be jealous. Go there. You'll love it. Sally says
Yes,
that she's jealous. I think you know what? Life is too short. Don't say, I wish I could go there. Find a way to do it because you'll be amazed at how cheap you can get it and how beautiful it is. I mean, you don't have to spend a fortune to go to Alaska and to travel different places. Take it from me, I don't spend a lot of money on travel.
how much was the fare to Alaska?
Round trip is like $300, and then the rental car or gas is a little expensive. It was like $3.69 a gallon for gas, but still, I mean, save
Driving
your
around.
change
I ain't
and
planning on driving around a city I don't know. I'll take Uber. I don't like driving.
no,
Driving in cities that I'm not familiar with, unless
but no,
so.
Alaska, you either take the scenic rail train or you rent a car and drive around because it's not just going around the city, but it's going outside and seeing the wildlife and stuff. Like if you see my pictures, we drove 50 to 100 miles out to see stuff, that you can't see in the city, or you just don't want to just ride the city bus in Anchorage. You want to get out and see the stuff.
Yeah, but they have with tour buses you could go to. I don't like driving places I don't know.
Well, yeah, you could take tour buses and stuff as well. I guess you could do that. We never really did, but we've got like the GPS and stuff, and it's pretty easy to drive out there. It's not that hard. The traffic is not bad. Yeah, especially if you go this time of the year, before it gets really cold. Because I mean, this time of the year the kids are back in school, but it's not very very cold yet. So either this time of the year or May.
Okay. Well, I'll put that on my list of places to go and want to go.
Do it. You'll love it. You won't regret it. I can tell you.
I
And
heard people
Sally
talking
and
about it saying it was real nice and stuff.
huh?
I heard people go. I know people who went to Alaska and they said it was real nice. I've seen people talk
Oh
about it.
yeah, yeah. I can't wait to go back. I mean, I'm either going to go back next month. I definitely have a ticket booked for October, but I'm even thinking about going back next month as well.
Okay. Sure, I could do a week of survey.com and make that money to
Yeah,
go and buy a ticket
you
without
could. You
having
could do that.
without me having to
I,
go into my stash reserves.
I would do it. Yeah, Where there's a will, there's a way.
Especially if after a while I can't go back to Amazon and I'm about to go somewhere before I start working in December. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
somewhere before
What
December
happened
because
to Amazon?
I'm still there. It's just um I'm on yesterday. I've been in extreme pain, so I went try to go to urgent care and emergency room to put a medical accommodation because
Hmm.
I can't continue to work there. It's like bothering me. So
Oh my goodness. I'm
I
sorry to
have to.
hear that.
So they gave me this little ringity dink note from the urgent care yesterday, and then I'm going to get this ringity dink note from the telemedic today, telling them I could be off for work for 3 days, and I need to go to an occupational specialist because they could probably write me a note saying I could be on disability because I work with my feet. I have to be on my feet,
Yeah.
and um, it's not the tight shoes, and it's the nerve. So I don't know. I can't find a doctor. I looked down the list, calling. We ain't got nothing till November. We ain't got nothing till December. I said, what the hell? November? I went literally down the list of medical
Wow.
providers, and then you have to pay the first $750 before Amazon kicks in. You have to use up all your deductible of $2,000 period before it's covered at 100%.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Insurance is crazy nowadays.
I know. I don't remember it being so stupid like that. When I worked at the government and Verizon in the past, even though that might have been
Mm.
10, 15 years ago, you used to pay $25 copay,
Yep.
20 copay. You go to the doctor, and they whatever the bill was, you had insurance to cover it, and then you
Hmm.
pay 10. And if you went out of network, then you pay maybe 10% or whatever. Now,
Right. Now it's like, how much you got? Okay, give it all to me.
no, you got to pay.
Yeah, I remember when it was $50 just to go to the emergency room, and now the next thing you know, it's $1,000 here and 2,000. If you got to take an ambulance, that's an extra 1,000.
No, but you
It's
have to pay out
ridiculous.
the $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
I heard someone else say that you do stand on your feet all day at Amazon, and then when it's time to go on break, you literally have to walk almost 10 minutes just to get to the break room or whatever. I literally on my Fitbit, I keep track of my walk.
Now,
So every day I'm walking at least 8,000 something steps.
now when I was in Seattle on my way to Alaska, I saw the Amazon Prime jets. They were huge. They had like these huge jumbo jets for Amazon Prime, and they were going in and out of there like crazy because that's where their headquarters
Yeah,
is, I guess. Uh,
yeah,
they their planes were huge.
yeah. They got people, you come in there, take the stuff off the plane, take it off, put it to the dock, and whatever.
Yeah, there
Now you
were
can
like
afford
multiple planes. I
more.
was there for a few hours and I was watching them go in and out. It was pretty neat.
So, I know one thing is not for no young person. I mean, no, not young. It's not for no older person because when every Amazon location I worked at, I've been looking and I said, you know what? Ain't really a whole lot of older people who be working here. At least not, you know, beyond my age. And when I do see an
Yeah,
older person, it's like it's rare to none. I'm talking about the
yeah,
actual work of it. But shoot,
yeah,
but that today on that teleconference, yeah, Amazon they notorious. You know, they gonna just laugh at this note. They ain't gonna take it serious. You need to go to a specialist, and they gonna put you on disability. I was like, well, goddamn. So
yeah.
I
It's not a job I would want to do.
don't know
I mean,
why
I'm not.
I don't know why I keep subjecting myself to this. But I thought it was gonna be a little bit better with the robots and stuff, but it's not so much, with the robots, you're not standing as much. It's like you're standing up all
Yeah,
night long, walking up a
yeah,
ladder. just walking down, and then they was pushing these safety shoes. They just gonna give you $120 to buy safety shoes. Half the dang safety shoes is steel. It's literally. I have to show y'all what that shoe look like. It's like, and I still got them, and it was free. They give you $120 to buy the insole and the steel, and that thing. I put that thing on my feet. Even I
Yeah.
had socks on and stuff, and the um
But
everybody I
having
spoke, they said they bottom with their metatarsal, they call it. That's below your toes. Everybody
mhm.
walking around like they got some issues. Everybody, I be noticing that. And I was like, why everybody walking? I be feeling I'm walking kind of funny. And everybody
Also
said that.
having neuropathy doesn't help matters either. So, because I think you've got that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got
Neurop-
it too, and that neuropathy is no joke. It hurts. Mhm.
the neuropia, the heel spur. I got heel spurs. I was diagnosed with heel spurs a few years ago.
Mm.
So I probably, and my feet look so, my ankles and my foot look so. Ugh, I tried
Yeah,
everything.
and I get
So,
gout every once in a while. That hurts really bad.
oh,
Do you
it
ever
is.
have that?
I don't even know. I probably got gout. I don't even know what gout is. I don't even know.
Uh,
I heard
gout
gout.
gout is like so painful. I haven't had a flare up in a couple years, knock on wood, but man, I tell you what, that about killed me.
How you know you have gout? What it feel like?
Your your big foot, it either go in your big foot or the back of your heel. I've had both, and it will be the most painful. It's very excruciating, painful. It's worse than neuropathy. It's about as bad as kidney stones, and it is so hard to walk. I mean, it's hard to walk and it's hard to put your feet up because it just makes your foot hurt so bad. The only thing that really helps it is, I think, gabapentin and also just resting it or massaging it. It just hurts really bad. You'll know it if you got it.
Hmm. Well, I don't want no gout. I heard a coworker
No,
at
you
work
don't.
at I
I don't
restaurant.
recommend gout to
I
anybody.
was like,
I mean, I think thank God I haven't had it in a while, but I think it's because I've dropped some weight and I'm eating better or something. But it was awful.
wow.
It brought me to tears almost. And I can handle pain. That kind of pain, I don't. It's like a kidney stone.
Well, I don't know what that. I ain't never had no kidney stone. And I know I ain't got no gout.
I've had a lot of kidney stones, and you don't ever want those either.
Mm, I ain't. But I don't know. I have an appointment on with this mini clinic or whatever Monday. I don't. I hope they provide a full service, not just okay. Well, you know. I hope they
Yeah,
do specialty. So I'll find out when I go to Monday. I hope it's something. But
yeah.
when I went to the emergency room yesterday, I even went in there, and then I looked up. They said no, it wasn't covered in the network. Going to the emergency room is not covered with my insurance. It's not in the network. It's out of network. And
Wow.
then when I went in there, I went to sign up and stuff. This white guy came to the counter. I guess he was inquiring when he was going to be seen. He talked about he been sitting there for 6 hours. I looked at the thing, people sitting down. I was like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, the emergency room right now. I wouldn't go unless I was dying because the people are waiting there for hours on end. They were even saying today that the morgues at the hospital were almost at capacity because of this COVID stuff. They were saying like unless you have to go, do not go to the emergency room.
Um, I made my comment this morning about if you choose not to get vaccinated and you run up to the emergency room and you could have prevented not getting it or at least made it bad,
Hmm.
that's your fault. That's their fault. It's anybody's fault. You put yourself to that subject to that, you know.
Yeah,
But when they said that, I came back. I said, you know what? I don't want assistance. You take me off the list. I had to sign a paper saying I didn't get assistance because you ain't sending me no bill for something you ain't never
Mhm.
done. So that was a waste of time. I went on and left.
Yeah.
Went on and left. I said,
Mm.
this is ridiculous. And I was in Gwinnett. You know, I know y'all don't know too much about it, but I keep mentioning Snellville. I was at the medical center up there in Snellville off of Ronald Reagan Parkway. And I didn't go to Grady and I didn't go downtown Atlanta. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Mhm.
I said, bump this. I said, I gotta wait all hours, 8 o'clock. And then can you imagine? They didn't even come to take my vitals. They just had pee in a cup, put the cup on the tray, and sat back down. And I waited for a while, and then people, and I swear, I don't think people had masks on their face. When I was looking around, they had no distance from the chairs. I said they just
Yeah.
don't care. They just totally went out from last year. From okay, they situate the chairs to separate people. Now they just got people sitting wherever.
Mm.
Nothing, no mask. They ain't had nobody had no. I don't remember seeing no mask. Only three things. Nope, nope,
Really?
nope. I ain't seen nobody had no mask. I can't say everybody didn't have. I know I have mine on my face. The lady who
Yeah.
sat in they had their mask, but people around me, some people on their phone, they had no mask on. Some people had, some people didn't. The only person I would have excuse not wearing a mask was that little baby, that the young guy. He like daddy screaming and stuff, and I was like, oh Lord, he going to listen to that all day. And he was that's
Yeah.
the only one. He was toddler two maybe. The only person who should
Mm.
have had no mask would have been him. And even then, um, they didn't have no separation in that emergency room because some emergency
No.
rooms in the past in Atlanta we packed up like don't go to Grady because one time I had to deliver food, Uber Eats some
Mm.
food or some Grub one of them at the ambulance. Not last year, the year before last, and it was at the emergency room at Grady High School. Now anybody know about Grady? Y'all who live in Atlanta, y'all know, y'all hear about Grady. Man, people were so dang ghetto. I tell people all the time, I said, anything happened to me, don't send me to no Grady. You can send me for med say like
Yeah.
disasters, not disasters, um um catastrophic thing like car accidents, they good for that, but just regular care, nope. One of the
Yeah.
person in where was her name was driver CEO driver someone. What do y'all tell me? No, y'all not on here. Y'all want to tell me she got COVID and she was making a YouTube video from her bed and she was the one professing about she ain't taking no COVID and um I think she went crazy, y'all. I really believe CEO drive her went plumb crazy. I went and watched that video. I went and gave from, wrote a message. I hope you feel better. Da da da. I went to listen to her video, and she was just in God gonna damned this. I don't know what she was talking about. I guess she believes she's a prophetess,
Mm. Uh,
and went on about I don't know. She went on this big tangent about something. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Then I went and saw another video of her and I watched. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I was like, you
Dang.
know, I said that dang corona must have affected her mind. I think if you get that corona, I think it affects people neurologically because I watched another person's video. He was under
Your
COVID.
audio is acting up.
Oh, I'm probably leaning on something. You hear me now?
No, your audio is acting up really bad. You sound like you're out of the planet.
I don't know what's going on with the stream. Yeah, y'all can hear me?
It's very staticky.
Hmm. I don't know.
Sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher.
I think the broadband width is decreasing.
I can't understand a word you're saying.
I'll report that when I end this. It was something issue with the sound.
Oh, now it's getting a little bit better.
I don't think it's
Say something.
storming. Now y'all can hear me?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, I think that um um drive CEO drive her. She's in Atlanta. You know, I don't know. I think she flipped because she went off on people about and y'all the devil, this. And she went on and I was like, what are you talking about? She believes she's a prophetess or something. I don't know. And I just,
Hmm.
And then there was a couple people. They have large channels of people. They have a large audience of people and stuff. And I somehow they got into my read, and I started saying, "What they talking about?" And so many people, they like, I said, man, I would never be that sick. Be on YouTube, all up in the hospital, talking to with the COVID, and I don't know, they just start talking about stupid things, not random like I'm be rambling, but they was
Well,
just
it affects your brain and everything. I mean, it can do some bad things to you, neurologic. You know what I'm talking about. But
neurological or something.
thank God I'm not the only one that had a hard time with that with that word.
Neuro
Neurolog neurologically. Dang, I can't say it.
neurological damage. No, neuro. I know you're
That
talking about.
it can affect your brain, and so it can make you act totally different than you've ever acted before. You could be perfectly normal and have that COVID, and then it just messes you up.
Neurological brain damage. I really believe that if you get that COVID, you're gonna because you. They said 6 months you could. You're not even though you get out the hospital. They say you still is still sick for 6 months and could have
Yeah,
neurological damage. And I
and you
really
can
believe.
get it twice. I know somebody that had it, and then he accidentally gave it to his wife. His wife died in May, and then he got it again last month. So
Mm-mm.
for anybody that says you cannot get it twice, guess what? I know somebody that did. And
I they gave me a swab test on my nose yesterday. They said I had a mild fever of 99, but they said I ain't had no COVID. I said thank God, but they said it may be too
that's
early. It's
good.
too early. But every day at Amazon at that facility, every day message pop up. Someone got COVID, and it was popping up. Someone had COVID again. I think half the
Yeah.
people who work a certain whatever they work. I don't know. I wonder if that's I don't know.
See if you can get a PCR test. A PCR test takes 48 business hours, but it's a 95% accuracy, whereas the rapid test is at 80%.
Well, who's supposed to pay for this for the regular P? That's what
It's
they told
free.
me.
No, it's free. Both the rapid test and the PCR test are free. I wouldn't pay anybody to get it. And don't get one of those tests at Walgreens, the take-home tests, because you'll be
Mm-mm.
paying for those, and they don't even really count.
Well, I ain't gonna worry about me buying nothing. But I saw the Dollar Tree.
But yeah,
The Dollar Tree was having pregnancy testing for weed, marijuana at the Dollar Tree. I was like, really? These things don't even work.
yeah.
A dollar, really? But
That's like going to the Dollar Tree and spending money on meat. Why would you do that?
they sell meat at the Dollar Tree. They sell.
I know,
They,
but well, how good's it gonna be there? They say that they sell steaks there, and I'm
I
thinking,
seen
why
it.
would I buy this?
I seen it. It's like real thin, and
Yeah,
I don't know what cut up it is, but I was like, this little thing.
I
And
mean,
then
and
now the food
Sally,
in the Dollar Tree got nothing in there.
I'm not a steak snob, but I mean, for $1, I just don't know. I don't know how good it would be, though. It's just, you know. I mean, I'll go to Winn-Dixie or Publix, and I'll get a steak there for $5 or $6. But at the Dollar Tree, I don't know how good a Dollar Tree steak would be. I mean, I don't know. And how small would it be? I mean, is it going to be enough to be filling?
I've seen the Dollar Tree steak. It ain't even enough to put probably for a biscuit.
That's true,
That's probably
Sally.
that's probably good for the feed the cat and the dog. I ain't got
Yeah,
no dog food, so I buy these dollar steaks and feed it to the dog or the cat.
yeah,
That's it. I didn't buy no. Mm-mm. Can you imagine? No
no,
kind of, no kind of taste.
yeah. I mean, I'd
But the
rather go to
dollar,
Aldi
but the
if
Dollar Tree, the frozen food section at a corporate Dollar Tree. You have to remember, you got to go to a corporate Dollar Tree to get the good food.
yeah,
I saw that video I made a couple of weeks ago. All that frozen food and stuff was practically empty at Dollar Tree. They ain't had no
mhm,
food. They used to have bologna, cheese, milk.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
But some things I will get at the Dollar Tree, like foil, plasticware, plastic wrap, things like that. I'll get that all day long at the Dollar Tree. But it's just like
Yeah, I said
steak
put
and
some
stuff like that. Put some
put some
gravy on
gravy.
it.
I know how to make gravy from scratch. You put the
Yeah, it's
flour,
flour,
or roux.
yeah,
They
and
call it a
and milk.
roux. You don't put no milk to make no gravy. You put
If you want to do the white gravy, you do. But yeah, the brown gravy, you don't. You put flour and water, right, or
you
something.
put flour. You put it in a pan. You brown it, and then you go either put beef stock in it or bouillon or
Yeah,
water, and then
yeah,
you season and make gravy right from scratch.
yeah. And it tastes so good that way.
But I don't know. The Dollar Tree, when I went there the other day, I ain't seen those foods I used to see. I guess once they sold that dollar steak and then everything else, they ain't stock. It was empty. I was like, God dang. So
Yeah,
I went and did my little stockpile. I'm gonna download that video. I have a video. I told you I was gonna show you my freezer and my stockpile. I finally put the cans back in the pantry the other day after I cleaned the pantry. I wiped down the shelves. I put the canned goods all in my order. Y'all see the video tomorrow. I'm gonna download it. I got all the beans lined up, all the everything categorized, but it's still not huge.
cool.
But I
Yeah,
tell y'all better y'all better do the stockpile for food because Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the farmers market this week. I'm gonna buy my
yeah.
turkey wings because
Oh
when
yeah,
Thanksgiving. Hmm?
they're actually already running out of certain things at the grocery store. Like last night, I was at Publix, and they were out of a lot of the Gatorade and Powerades. And usually they'll run out of that if we're having a hurricane, but we're not even having a hurricane coming over here. And they were almost out of Gatorade, Powerade. It was crazy.
Well, football season starts, so I went to the Kroger's and they had all the Coca-Cola products all stocked up to people to buy because football, college football started today.
Yeah,
Well,
but
today Sunday, but it's now no, it's still Saturday. But
yeah,
I
but
did a
Gatorade.
merchandising for well, it didn't, I don't know because this Publix, not Publix, this Kroger tends to be a little bit more better than some. But I went to
Yeah,
do a Waterloo to do an audit. They keep bugging me. It was like it paid me like $15 and they had no Waterloo. They had a little section. I took a picture, cheep, cheep, and said nope, none, and straightened it up a little bit, and that was $12. But they didn't have no I see it was starting to get empty with water, like cases of water and stuff.
yeah,
I don't buy purified water, so I bought me a machine to disperse water. So I'm gonna go to Publix tomorrow and get me $1.75 and get the water from Glacier or um, whatever the other one is.
yeah.
Yes,
We have a nice
that.
Publix that just opened up about 5 minutes away from us, and they actually have an upstairs area where you can eat inside or outside, and it's really nice. It's a fancy Publix. I was amazed.
Hmm.
They actually have a sushi area where the guy makes the sushi right in front of you, and their deli is huge. So I was amazed. course, they're going to make me spend more money because they've got a lot of neat things there.
I've seen some nicer Publix depending on the area. If you go to one of these bougie, real fancy areas, the
Yeah.
Publix
That,
be real nice. Another thing that's real nice is I went to Johns Creek. The Super Target was really good too. I was like, oh my god, look how big this Target is and got all the fancy things and stuff. Matter of fact, I may go to Johns Creek this week. I'm gonna have to go to Johns Creek, so I'm gonna stop by that Super Walmart. Not Super
yeah.
Walmart, Super Target. I wish I
There's a
was near. Sally, what
Where are
state
you
you
at,
live
Sally? I gotta have a Publix where I'm at. There's a Super Target over by downtown Orlando that's really nice and bougie, and it's like a 2-story Target, and the thing is huge. I mean, they even have an escalator for the grocery carts. It's crazy, and they have a parking garage for the Super Target.
Yeah, that's what they
Crazy.
got like Atlantic Station. They have a Publix,
Yeah.
but it's not fancy, but they have a I don't know. I never seen a bad looking Publix. Even the one
Mm.
street from my house, the one I usually don't really go to, but they
The Sally's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. I didn't even know
Well,
Publix
Sally,
was.
you got a lot of good Amish markets there and places to eat Amish food. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it depends where in Pennsylvania. What part of Pennsylvania?
Yeah, what
That's
part?
that's the whole state. You
Because
could
if
be
you're like
in
if you're around Hanover, which is where my mom was raised, there's a lot of good Amish places over there, and they make really good food. I couldn't eat there; I would gain too much weight.
I went to the Amish country when I was in what was it, junior high school? I know we went there twice, two different
Yeah,
occasions. I know I went to Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Amish in the hood.
The Amish in the hood. You never know. They be
They
migrating.
don't have a hood Amish. They don't have a
Mm-mm.
hood in the Amish area.
Shoot. I went to Hershey, Pennsylvania, where they
Yeah,
had to
that's a
make
neat place.
the Hershey candy, and they got a Hershey Park, and then they also have an orphanage because the person who started, he was Hershey. The family he had always had adoption and had a school and adoption for kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if they still kept it because after he passed away and the family took over, I wonder if they still kept
Hmm.
that school and that thing still available. But I know it's like an
Hmm.
amusement park and stuff.
Yeah, Hershey's got that amusement park and everything. That's been around forever.
But they also had the school. That was the main thing.
Hmm. So, Sally, are you in Philly or Pittsburgh or where are you at?
Hmm.
Hmm. One thing the Amish make good is this thing called shoe fly pie. It's so good. I could taste it right now.
What is that made out of?
Oh, I don't know. It's like really sweet. I think it's got brown sugar. Look it up online because I don't know how they make it. I just know it tastes so good. And actually, in Philadelphia, if you go to the Reading Terminal Market, you'll see an Amish area there that they sell a lot of veggies and they sell all of their baked goods and everything. And it's right in the middle of downtown Philadelphia. It's really neat. If Sally's in Philly, she'll know where that is. But
Hmm. She said horrible feeling. How is it horrible? Now I did
horrible
go
Philly.
at the flea market when I was going. So what was it? I went to when I was living in New York. Went to church and we went to Philly for something. It was kind of sketchy from the area I was. That was in like
Yeah,
early
there's some
'90s.
really bad areas in Philly, but there's some. good areas, and then there's some good places to get cheesesteaks that are kind of in the sketchy areas, but I don't care. Their food is amazing. But Sally, have you ever gone to the Reading Terminal Market over in downtown?
Mm-mm.
I mean, the first time we went there, I was like, we're going to go to a market. And then we went in there and I was like, oh, okay, I see why.
I don't know. I guess it all depends.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to live in Toledo because the traffic there is horrible and it's hard getting around. But it's a nice place to visit. Yeah, Sally, so if you go in there or go over to the Amish place, they're closed on Sundays, but yeah, I like when they're, and then there's also a place in there that serves these huge turkey dinners. It's almost like Thanksgiving.
When was the last time
Uh,
you've been over there? They probably don't do that anymore with all this
yeah,
shortages.
it wasn't too long ago. It was maybe about a year and a half, but
You know how things change in a year and a half?
I know. But I think that would still be going strong.
Well, I mean, it probably still go on, but I don't think it'll be as much because you have to. Well, they raise their
Yeah,
own meats and stuff, so I
that place
guess.
has been there for over 100 years, I want to say. And I know that things have closed up recently that have been in places for 100 years, but I can't see this place not being there.
Oh, it'll probably be there, but I'm saying certain things like meats and
Yeah.
stuff that wouldn't be as plentiful like it was.
Well, it's kind of
But
like I remember when underground Atlanta was a huge thing, and now it's gotten smaller and more not desirable to go to. But back
I
in
don't
the
know what
'80s,
it
you
looks
could go
like
to.
now. I don't know what it looked like now. I haven't been to the underground Atlanta since the '90s when I used to live in Atlanta, just to
Yeah,
take the train and go through that. But I couldn't even tell you what it looked like now. Matter of fact, I may do
yeah,
some exploring. If I can't go back to work at Amazon, I may just do I may do some exploring so I could prepare myself to do something. I've been running and running and running. I haven't really did anything because I like
yeah,
to drive. I like to park my car at the MARTA station, drive, go take on the train, and just walk around downtown Atlanta. I
yeah.
may
The
do it.
MARTA train's kind of neat. Take that to Lenox Square Mall.
Oh, and see all that funny stuff I used to talk about in my videos back in the day when I was going to Lenox Mall to do Grubhub and pick up that food and Zifty and it was
I don't know
Zifty
that I'd want to.
and
I don't know that I'd want to do
Live.
that at the Lenox.
Oh, that was a headache. I mean,
I could imagine.
I had to go walk over to the food court and just go and get whatever and ugh.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But I mean, I
I
like to go there to walk around the Lenox Square Mall. That's a fun place to walk around. But I don't think I'd want to do Zifty or Uber Eats or anything around that area. Forget that.
oh, I've done it. I've picked up packages from Bloomingdale's, Macy's with Deliv and food
Yeah,
and because most of the time when I went to pick up food and deliver it, actually I'll be going to the residential part of Buckhead. So it wasn't that bad. It takes
yeah.
you a minute to walk from the
Oh
parking.
yeah,
You park, you have to walk all to the food court, go down the elevator, go up the escalator. You know
yeah.
that the ghetto
Sally,
mall.
no, the Lenox Mall is not a ghetto mall. It's like very prim and proper, and
That's not what it's no. You be politically correct. Lennox Mall, Sally, was if you want to see some. I ain't against LGBTWQ. If you want to go and people watch and that's where you see that
hmm
you see the you I was walking now y'all have to go back to my old videos and I talked about this. I was walking down Lennox Mall, the guy turned his back, he had that big old booty and had the pants, and then he turned around. He had that long hair, he turned out it was a dude. I was like, oh my God. He got that big old booty. He had his back turned and he had long hair weaved down the back. And I was like, who got all that junk in the trunk like that? And then he turned
Then he's
around
got an Adam's apple.
and had the waistline with the waist belt with the scarf. So he had his skinny old waist and his big ass booty and had that long hair. He turned around. And I was like, oh my God, looked like a gorilla in the face, but it was a dude. I was like, oh my God. You will see that all day, every day in Lennox Mall, let me tell you. All day, every day. Lennox Mall, I mean, it's not ghetto, but ooh, if you want to people watch, go there.
Yeah.
Boy, when I got down to the food court, then the guy, you know, how can I help you? And he had these fur eyelashes, big old eyelashes, and I was looking at his face and had his hair primed down. I was like, man, he got his eyelash lit. He had it better than I see on most women, and had the eyelash
Wow.
fur. It was the mink eyelashes.
He was
He turned
fancy,
around.
huh?
I wanted to ask him so bad. I said, "Who did your eyebrows? Who did your eyelashes? It was so perfect." And I said, "You need to tell some of these women who be looking like raccoons." He had his thing
Yeah.
lit. It was so obvious, and I was looking at his face. I was like, all day, every day, Lenox Mall. I don't care if
Yeah.
you was in the 80s, 90s, 2000. Now it always been. It's the gay mall. That's what I like. No, that's not the gay mall. The gay mall is Ashley Mall. It's just being Midtown. It wasn't really a mall, but Lenox
Yeah.
all day, every day. I don't know
Huh.
how it is now because I heard a
Last
lot.
time we went there was about 3, 4 years ago, something like that. And it was on a Friday afternoon, and it was busy there. And then my stupid butt, we left Lenox Mall to head back down to Orlando. We left there at 3:30 in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon, and I was like, shoot, we should have waited because we spent 3 hours trying to get out of Atlanta, and it was pouring down rain that whole trip down to Orlando. We didn't get home until like 4 in the morning, and that's normally a 6 hour ride.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Lenox
it was
Mall.
crazy.
I mean, Lenox Mall and then Fifth Plaza was across the street. Fifth Plaza had all the more very expensive looking boutiques and stuff. But Lenox Mall
Yeah.
is it's fine for shopping and stuff. It ain't run down like
Mhm.
now. Stonecrest Mall, which is closer to me, which is not it's not closer to me, but it's on my side of town. Now that could almost be ghetto mall, but it's gone down in years. It used to be real nice when they first came about, and
Yeah.
but then lately stuff not been in the mall and
I was
all kinds
amazed
of
about 7 months ago. We went to down. We went through downtown Atlanta. Actually, no, it was more like about a year ago because we went to go see my sister get married, and so we took a drive through downtown Atlanta, and it was sad. I mean, I saw windows boarded up. There was a ton of graffiti and everything, and it wasn't the Atlanta I remember because I was driving through there and we didn't even want to roll the windows down, and it was the middle of the day, and it was
what
all,
area was this?
huh?
What area was this?
We took a drive down Peachtree and like over in downtown.
Now you know Peachtree runs Peachtree Road, Peachtree Street, Peachtree Boulevard. There's 100 something streets named Peachtree. That could be anywhere.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Peachtree Street. It went past like the downtown area, past CNN, and
Oh, okay,
um,
if you were CNN, then that's downtown.
yeah,
And then if you
but
went from if you keep going from downtown, you could be in the West End Mall, which is near the AU Center and stuff with all the black colleges, the AU Center.
yeah,
But that is going to go some gentrification, but it's still not fancy or nothing. So you probably was getting closer to that west part of
yeah.
Atlanta.
And then we got into Buckhead, and everything was still really nice over there. But I mean, I was just amazed at how run down Atlanta's gotten because I mean, we didn't even feel safe getting out of the car, and we saw windows boarded up, Moses closed down. Oh, like dang.
Yeah.
But there's areas of downtown Orlando that's getting like that too. I mean, I grew up here in Orlando, and I can remember it being really safe in downtown Orlando, and now there's parts you don't even want to go to during the day, let alone at night.
Yeah. Just like San Francisco, I heard is getting run down. Even
Yeah,
though
it
I've been
is.
to San Francisco when I was like in the 12th grade, but I
Yeah.
heard on YouTube, Jermaine Ellis and and people live in
Hmm.
San Francisco, they said people just go in the store, Walgreens, rob it, run out the store and steal. No, they're not even running out the store. They just going there stealing and walking out like ain't nothing. And people all on
Yeah.
the street, laying all on the street in San Francisco. They
Yeah.
said it was
I mean,
bad.
if you go in the tourist area, it's not as bad in San Francisco. But yeah, if you go off the beaten path, then yeah, it's
This
bad.
was no beaten path. This was not no beaten path. They showed this was right there in all the whatever fancy San Francisco. They said
Yeah.
it got real. This wasn't at the off beaten path. This was not
Hmm.
like the. They said it's gotten San Francisco's gotten so bad.
Yeah. Downtown Seattle's even gotten bad because we were there a couple years ago, and it was a Friday afternoon, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were in downtown Seattle, and we heard this lady across the street screaming, and these two big guys were had stolen her cell phone and were running to the car, and she was running after them, and they pushed her down on the ground and took off, and I went over and helped her up, and she's like, my cell phone. I said it's better that they took your cell phone than your life. I said, don't ever chase after them.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Oh,
police came and everything, but she was actually running after them to get her cell phone back, and I'm like, you don't want to do that. But I couldn't
nope.
believe it. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon, downtown Seattle. So I
Yeah,
told Amy, I said, don't take out your cell phone in the middle of downtown.
they got those trackers and stuff where you could track your phone.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, if anybody wants to take my cell phone, I'll be like, take it, because I'd rather you take that than my life. You
Exactly.
want to take my car? Take it. I've got the insurance on it. That's good.
Exactly. And then if you got that tracker, they could track
Yep,
where
I
it's
do.
at. But by the time they probably dumped it in the dumpster or threw it in the garbage or something. And
I'd
ain't
rather
much you
them throw that in the garbage than my body. You know.
so it just all depends. Alrighty. I ain't gonna be long because I think I'm approaching my limit and I think they gonna let me well, you know what? I'm gonna start doing the YouTube live
Yeah.
and then not use as much StreamYard.
Mhm. Yeah, it's 12:08 already. Wow.
Well, I'm off tomorrow. Well, till I go back next week, and but then
Hey, you got to do your merchandiser so you can go to Alaska.
I've been doing a lot of those merchandising gigs. Actually, I made over $600 in a week. So I was like, ooh,
Is it hard to do? Because I've never done it yet. Because I mean, I don't know how to do resets and stuff, but they're always sending me stuff.
you ain't got to do the resets yet. You can start out with the going to the store, checking the whatever, water, cookies, whatever they want you to check, and start at those small assignments. The one that's $7.50, sometimes it's paying $15, and then they
Yeah.
group it up and they give you a travel bonus. So now they
Okay.
giving me a bonus. So they say, oh, you do these stores, they give you an extra $30 for a travel bonus on top of that. So,
So what do
but
you do? You just go there and look at the display and stuff?
it depends what it is. It
Yeah.
depends. Like yesterday, um, they wanted me to go and check the water loop, the spring water. The water's in the case. And all I had to do was go there, make sure the sale sign was available or updated, and just put in, low stock, no stock. They ain't got no, whatever. Take pictures, and that's it. It just depends. With the resets is when they changing over the stores. Like they've been sending me resets, $150, 175. And I look at I said, look at where it is. I said, this is in another state, not even Georgia. Oh, it'd be some um, miles and miles away. Um, One time they was
Yeah.
gonna give me $800. All I had to do was go to Dollar General in Georgia, and it was Georgia and Alabama, and it was 12,
They were going to
14.
give you 800.
Huh? No,
They
it
were
was
going to give you $800.
no, it was $1,400,
1,400.
and I turned it down. I was like, dang, I should have done it. I should
Why'd you
accept
turn that down? I would have done it.
because I think at the time I was working. I said, oh man, I gotta go to work on this. But I was like, you know what?
$1,400. I'd be calling in. I'd be like, I can't come into work.
And it was Georgia, Alabama, and I want to say they even said they'd reimburse me if I stayed at a hotel. I didn't know why I turned that down. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I would have called in and said, gotta go.
So
Yeah.
next time they got something like that. But there's a lot of companies that you could actually be an independent contractor or be an employee. And I paid a bunch of people with those resets and stuff. It's like several different companies. Some people live in California. They pay for air travel, hotel. You go to the whatever store you're doing for the week, and you
Really?
know there's a lot of companies out there. I have to do my research. That's why I said, shoot,
Mm.
I know why I'm sitting here breaking my back with Amazon when I know I could work all these different merchandise gigs and do what I want to do. It
Yeah.
be fun. I've been
Yeah,
trying
you could travel. You could travel all over and see things, and that'd be neat.
yeah. They got people, they need people to go to California and all these places, and they pay for the hotel, the per diem, and
Mm.
do resets of different stores and
Yeah.
supermarkets, whatever.
Wow.
And that's when you're an employee. But like I said, there's so many companies on my list. They keep sending me different assignments and stuff. We need someone to
Mm.
go to this place and go to check the HP Hewitt Packard Inc. And it's $15, and I go there and I was like, it was like
Mm.
too much. It's like a lot of one trend source and field agent kind of went down a little bit. They start doing mystery, find this product. I'm like,
Yeah.
go to Popeyes and try, eat, try the chicken sandwich or the chicken nuggets, and you know,
Yeah.
we $15. Tell us how it feels, how it tastes. Sometimes they reimburse you for the meal and extra, but
Mm-hmm.
pretty much this is the time of year that they need a lot of people to change stores over from fall, from summer to fall.
Right.
Put up the Christmas stuff, Halloween things, because a lot of these stores don't have personnel anymore. So they got people. There's an app. I'm gonna do a video about this one day. How you can
Yeah. I
find
mean,
how you can find
Starbucks already
Hmm?
Starbucks already has their pumpkin stuff out. So I mean, you know that the fall stuff is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Mm.
So but merchandise being low, but it's the
Mhm.
resets. It's the changing of the stores. Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. Walmart's remodeling all their stores, and it's just a matter of time before they finish. But they remodeling nationwide, and they hire different companies, different independent contractors to help them with the remodels.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I had an assignment that was supposed to be for 3-4 months with Walmart, and they canceled it with this company, this particular company, ACM. I don't know if they lost the contract or whatever, but they begged
Mm.
me to death. Anybody else? Anyone else who's looking for a job? They need to reset $150 a day. They canceled it. So, but then I turned around. I could find what other company has that contract, and you could sign along with them.
Yeah.
So There's a company called SAS. I need to look that up. This guy was at the Lowe's. He was doing the magazines. And I asked him, I said, "Oh, what do you do?" I know what he does, but I asked him what company he was working for. He didn't tell me about the pay or nothing. Because, some people keep it a secret. Because you don't want your little gig, you don't want too many people in the gig to, to be getting your territory. I tell people, don't come in my little territory. My territory is Stone Mountain and Snellville. You live in Atlanta, you're trying to, And now one time I saw a lady, I was doing the merchandising for the cellular products. I supposed to go to the back, get the box. I said, "Who took my jobs?" It was $25 an hour, and all I had to do was walk around Publix and put up little toys and things like that. And I was doing that in the beginning when I first signed up. I had that assignment for months, and I said, someone took my little gig spot. I was getting $25, and I said, "Oh, it took me 2 hours to do it." And they paid me $50, whatever it was, and all they have to do is putting up little cellular cords and accessories. So that was an easy gig. When I first came across that, I saw it on YouTube. I saw a guy who was doing it, but I didn't see nobody else talk about it. I saw this one girl. She lived in Orlando. She was talking about Observer and some other things, but she didn't do it. I think people think that. I ain't saying you're gonna be rich over it, but if you're consistent and you can make, like I said, you can make an extra $400 a week.
Wow.
You can make an easy $400 a week. You ain't driving all over the world. You ain't gotta worry about, they're gonna tip me, or they're gonna tip. And because
extra
of these
$400 comes in handy.
Yeah, like, let me show y'all. See? Oops, you can't see it. You see it?
Not really. It's kind of blurred out.
Let me read it. So since I've done this since not last year, but the year before that, I did 488 stores. The first year I did it, it was only sporadic. I wasn't doing it on a regular basis because I was doing Grubhub and all the other one. No, I wasn't doing Grubhub then. I was doing other stuff, work from home jobs that we were doing. That first year I made 1,000 something, and then the second year, which would have been all of last year, I made about over $5,000. But so far I've made $6,167.43 of lifetime earnings. And that's not including the pay for this week. I have available payment $379.50, and I have 222 pending. So that's that's what 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's almost $600. Once I have this pending approval, move over to the available payment, and that was only a week. That was only like a week and a half. But I let it accumulate. I don't cash out every week. I let it build up, and then I say, okay, let me go ahead and cash it out, and then it's direct deposit.
Get you a little extra. Yeah.
And that's how I got that. That's how I got that grant. Remember, I was telling you about that grant based on your Schedule C. All those little gigs I was doing for the year, which includes this. It didn't say you have to be Uber Eats, Grubhub to do it. It's anything that requires that you do as a 1099.
Yeah.
So
every little bit helps, and I mean that's money that you can put in savings towards your trip.
Yep, save my money towards a trip or house remodel, because I'm trying to do this remodel this whole house, but I'm trying to build up my funds again.
There you go.
I bought that entry door. I finally got that busted entry door replaced, but I painted it myself and it looks ugly because so now I got to repaint the I got to what you call it? Not the door, but the side lights. I painted that blue, the same color of the door, and I should have just kept that white So I'm gonna redo it tomorrow. Tape it
Uh,
off the door and redo it. So, but I did replace the door. Everything hunky dory. But now it's time for me to take the remodel each of these bathrooms. Take this
yeah.
nasty carpet up because I was debating if I wanted to replace this carpet with a brand new carpet, but Home Depot got a special. They usually have free carpet install. You just have to buy a carpet, but I don't know if I want
Mhm.
to. I don't know. I just got a lot of things I have to do.
Just do it like one little bit at a time. Start with one thing, then go to the next, then go to the next, and the next thing. Now you got it done. Just take it little bits at a time.
Yeah, I got tools and everything. I haven't even used my Eurobi tools. I got tools to build them. It's not major project, but just little stuff. I haven't even
And
used my tools yet.
and look at YouTube because YouTube will show you a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was
Like
watching this
that's
guy in Canada how to install floors, how to tile, do it yourself.
yeah,
And I was looking at
yeah.
that for hours. I was like, oh, that's in.
You'd
I
be
said, oh,
surprised at how much money you save by looking at YouTube because I had to fix something on my toilet and I would have paid a plumber like a lot more money and I did it myself and it works good and I didn't have to spend all that money. It was like a valve and something else. It was
yeah.
easier than I thought.
No, it ain't hard. Trust me, when that plumber with that house insurance I had, I dropped that mess. That guy came
Huh.
over there with this other guy, and he did the work. And they was like, "What? I could have been and bought that at Home Depot and did that myself. I could have
Yeah,
done that myself."
yeah, and they
If
charge
I,
you like $50 an hour at least for labor, if not more.
so I was like, "Mm-mm." Only
Yeah,
thing I'm not going to do is that I'm not going to touch electricity. Anything regarding
right.
a license, you need to be an electrician or plumbing, major plumbing.
Yeah,
Other than
yeah,
I probably could do it all myself
yeah. I
because
mean,
I find a good person, a handy person, and my friend she bought another house. The guy she been working with for 20 years. He's still working on his house. He's so slow, but he's meticulous, but he's good. I said, well,
yeah,
call, well, tell him to come over to my house. He working on my house. He been working on her properties and stuff. People don't want to share people that they know that's good. You have a handyman
mhm,
person, people refuse to give you that person name because they don't want you to be taking up their time so they can work on their
right.
projects.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
So
blessed to have a really good handyman person that lives in my neighborhood. He does a really good job, and he doesn't charge a whole lot. Like to do my gutters, he only charged me $35. I'm like, really? That's a big job, but he likes
$35.
to. I know. I was surprised. I couldn't believe how cheap he was.
He must doing it for a hobby. He ain't trying to make no money. He know $35 to
No,
no good.
that's what I was thinking. I mean, and he trimmed back my bougainvillea, which has like a lot of thorns and stuff. He trimmed that back for 20. Actually, at first he said 15. I'm like, no, you're gonna at least get paid 20 because I'm like, you're undercharging. You need to charge more. And he says, well, I just don't. He says, I want to keep a lot of my clients. I said, you will. I said, but you're way undercharging. I said, you don't want to do this to volunteer. You want to make some money.
Exactly.
Because I told him, I said, people will take advantage of you. I said, I would never take advantage of anybody, but people will do that. He's
They
he's
talk
about
about
my age.
They talk about $40 to try that big old bush that's in my house that still need to be trimmed down. And people go, I ain't got no ladder. I ain't, they complaining. You remember that lawn incident? Somebody else came to cut my grass a month ago, ordered Uber Eats. You saw, I know you probably listened to that story. Ordered Uber Eats, and he supposed to be cutting the grass, and then the girl pulled up in my drive port, whatever, with the tape around the car on the bumper, had that scotch tape all scotched up with the cockeye.
Really? I didn't hear
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, that was one of the stories I told her to live. And then he was like, I said, excuse me, ain't no one ordered anything, And then he ordered Uber Eats, and he was then he complained. I was asking him about the how much he charged to cut grass. Normally, see, he talked himself out of $60.
Mhm.
He said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I didn't. You didn't. He didn't let me finish asking him what I need to ask him. I was asking, how much do you normally charge to cut the grass and to cut this hinge? I ain't got no ladder.
Mhm.
The thing, we're overgrown, so idiot.
Mhm.
Then he ordered Uber
Okay.
Eats. Then the girl come up with his cockeyed eyes and had all that tape scotched up in the front of her car. Parked in, he had the nerve to drive up in my driveway at that. I was like,
Wow.
can you move your car? Bitch, this is my fucking house. Who you talking to? You know? You come pulling up with a bag of food. I'm like, who the hell ordered food?
She's picking her teeth and everything.
With that broken up
Wow.
scotch tape. She had 10,000 scotch tapes literally taped up in the bumper, and she come driving up on my my driveway,
That's
like I invited her
that's
over there.
crazy.
And then gonna get an attitude. I get out, bitch, this is my house. I don't know who the fuck you talking to. I had to curse that bitch out. And he come, you know, uh, he
You tell
ordered
him, hey, you
food.
better back out then.
Drive to my property, cut my grass. You could have ordered food and drive when you drove. You ordering all Uber Eats. Ordering
Right.
Uber Eats, and you supposed to be cutting the grass. You ain't gonna be there long, or you. And then he didn't even finish. He didn't even. He still didn't finish trimming it. I said, "What about this? You got all this trim, weeds coming out of the cracks and stuff." He looking at me. I was like, and I called the lawn service starter. I told her I'm not
Mm.
paying. He complained because he got paid $20. I'm gonna get 20. That's not my fucking fault, bro. You took the job and it said $20. It's like Uber Eats for lawn care. People sign up and then they could sign up for different jobs to cut people grass. So it's like Uber for lawn.
Yeah.
You knew it cost if
Oh,
they pay you $20, trust me, they're not charging me no $20 for you to come out here to cut the grass. I'm paying
yeah.
way more than $20. They just giving you $20. You know?
Yeah.
He's so
It's not
dumb.
your fault he had sucker written on his face.
Yeah, because you don't have regular clients, so you using Lawn Starter to get clients, and you just go on the app. Okay, this person needs a cut because all you're doing is literally cutting front and the backyard, and that's it. Anything extra
Yeah.
I need them to do, he would have got paid. I said, "How much you got?" I ain't got no ladder. I needed someone. So I'm just either gonna rent the machine this week and cut and go on that ladder and cut it myself, or get my neighbor good across the street. Can you help me cut this? And I got the weed, the thing, and let him cut it for me. But I
Yeah.
would try to get up on the ladder first. But maybe some man would drive by and see me standing up there and then stop. Like, this, what's she doing up there? And
Yeah.
then but I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt that.
Yeah. Be careful getting up on that ladder though. It's,
I don't know if I should even get up the ladder and do it myself. But
no.
I would have paid him $40 to trim that big bush. You all saw the front of my house, the picture, that big old
Yeah.
that thing is overgrown to the yin yang. It haven't been cut since last year. And every time I get someone to cut my grass, nobody got no pole to do it. I was like, how people cut grass and y'all don't got a pole to cut it? Ignorant, just dumb. So
Yeah.
I bought me an edger and a weed eater from Amazon last week. It's still in the box, so I could actually, and I got an electric lawnmower, so actually I could cut it myself, and I'm just gonna cancel the service. I'm tired of waiting 2-3 weeks passing
Well,
by.
if I
I
was
know.
closer than 400,
Hmm?
if I was closer than 400 miles, I'd send my neighbor your way, but I don't know if he'd go up to Atlanta.
No. If somebody trust me, if somebody was skilled and they said they could fix this and and they charge real cheap, I'll pay for your hotel right up the street to stay
Yeah.
at your hotel for 3 days to finish doing work. I'll pay someone to come up here, travel expense
Yeah.
if they were that good. I really would.
Yeah.
What? You do what? Okay, I got a spare bedroom. You can stay in here and fix up and I gotta get their IDs and make sure they ain't no funny stuff, but
Yeah. Make sure they're not like a wanted felon.
make sure you ain't trying to,
Yeah.
I've been on here for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Use a
Uh,
ball on my tongue.
yeah, it's already almost 12:30. I better get to sleep because I gotta be up early tomorrow.
What, for church or just for?
No, I gotta go run some errands and stuff, and I want to get it done early because yeah, I just want to be able to relax tomorrow afternoon.
You didn't go back to a regular work from the other place you was working at? You said you
No,
was working
oh,
for a company at the
that
time.
insurance place?
Yeah.
No, that didn't work out. I thought I told you about that. It didn't work out because the hours and also the internet with the two of
Okay.
us working from home, it just wasn't working out. So yeah, I didn't stay with that company, but I'm still doing like Uber Eats and stuff
Huh?
like that. It's keeping me busy.
Well, hi.
Yeah, I gave it a shot, but it wasn't for me.
Oh, hold on a
Because
second.
like
Let
you'd
me
get the
end the
calls
live
from the
stream
people
while
that
I'm
had just
doing
gotten in
this.
accidents and stuff,
Hold on.
and they'd be all frantic and going off and everything, and so it just wasn't for me. All
Uh, okay. Well, it's time for me to say goodnight
right,
to y'all. I'll chit chat tomorrow.
all
All
right.
right.
Have a good night,
Good night, Sally. Good night.
night,
Who else is on here?
Sally,
David.
Shelly, Shell.
Vicky. Shell. Laugher. I can never say your names. Anywho, y'all have a good night. Talk
You
to y'all
too.
later. Bye,
All right,
DJ. Bye, y'all.
bye.